Hey, what's good, my paranormal soldiers? How is everybody doing on this Sunday morning? It is 11 o'clock here in Massachusetts, but how's everybody doing? Let me know in the comments below. So, last night I was doing a live with Central Mass Paranormal Society, Rawside Paranormal, and Carl, our producer and investigator. And Susan got an alert that there was a video put up by Jason Hawes and something to do with the Conjuring House. So, we were live. We shared that and we watched it live, and you can see that in our live feed. But today I just want to kind of clear up the video a little bit, and I want to watch it again and then kind of make my comments on it and let you all know my opinions of what the hell is going on. So let's get right into this. So I'm going to let this play, and I'm either going to stop and say things or I'm not going to say things and let it run all the way through. But knowing me, I'll probably stop and say something. You guys know how I am. All right, so let's just get right into it.
This is an update to all things Conjuring, I guess. And I hate making videos about this. I hate giving any press or publicity, but the messages are still coming. Still coming. The emails.
Okay, first stop. I find it hard to believe that he hates making videos about this. Because if he did hate making videos about this, he would have never got involved in his grown ass daughter's work affairs. She's a grown ass woman. So I think you like to make videos like this, Jason. That's just my opinion because it brings you views. Not only did you post a video on your site, but you posted a video on Cody and Satori's site, the Katori Empire people. So I find that to be not true. I think he loves making videos on Jacqueline. I don't know, but that's just what I feel. Okay, time for me to hit play.
Texts
Yes.
and they're more and more vicious now than I think they were even in the beginning, though. And I'm going to share those with you. She actually sent emails. And so, guys, there's a big reason why I've been trying to promote the hell out of the whole boycott the Conjuring House. And so there's been emails sent that we are all tagged in recently. And now I'm going to show those. But just understand, she went on a rant going after everybody from the president to the gay community to the Jewish individuals and list. And so some of it's going to be blocked out because, first off, nobody should be made to feel like this. But she does claim that we owe her $1.8 trillion. So, but hang on, here we go. So would you like the honors of reading that, Tori?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question I notice people have is why doesn't the top of this message say from the Conjuring House or from Jaqueline Nunez to all the people that were BCC'd into it? Why doesn't it say that? People are asking. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's legal or illegal to show a name on a email. Um, Someone told me it's illegal. I'm not quite sure. So that might be the reason why they're not showing who it is from and everyone that it was sent to. So that's my little explanation for that. So let's continue on.
Yes. Do you?
No,
I
just leave
don't.
the swear words out.
Yeah.
So,
What the blank is everyone doing? It isn't enough that you will not give me access to one dime of my money. Are you here? You have a. I hear you have a cute trick of putting my $1.8 trillion into my blank account, but will not let me see it. Or you want to drain me completely, still try to end my life. Still steal from my Fair Harbor booking account, not let me buy merchandise for the Conjuring House. F you. She starts coming up with names. She starts saying F you to all different kinds of banks, which we had to block out for personal information reasons.
which she sent us messages with all of her bank account information, all of it, and then bounced checks, and then I mean, literally, like all of her bank account information. Which, if we were criminals, we could have taken everything from her bank account, which
True.
wasn't doing too well. But anyways, go on with your email.
So her bank account wasn't doing too well, he says. So what exactly did she send you? Did she send you a receipt of how much money she has in the bank? What was sent? I don't know. It's kind of weird. And if she didn't send you a receipt of how much money she has in the bank, how do you know she has very little of it? I don't know. That was just a weird statement. I don't know. Let's continue.
With the email.
Bank and countless other immoral, evil people who deserve public humiliation and ruination. Who is stealing my money? How can you write 2 fraudulent checks, which we didn't? You are stealing over $20,000 from me every single month. Who are you people? I hear you are putting the sovereignty of the USA at risk by your reckless and dangerous tactics. You are also putting all of your
Depositors, yeah.
You are also putting all of your depositors at risk when your insinuations get
seized by the UN.
institutions. I can't see, sorry.
Get seized by the UN of the Eastern Hemisphere. Whatever. $75 trillion for the one world government and the leasehold agreement in my name or the person's name. Wells Fargo, where is my 6,500 billion? Is that an actual number?
I don't think so.
6,500 billion.
So when we were watching this on live last night, I received a message from a employee at the Conjuring House who no longer works there as of last night and was fired because they were accused of helping somebody steal $60,000 from the booking company or booking agency Jaqueline has. And this person is a very good person and was devastated, absolutely devastated. I'm not going to share their name. I will, however, put the text message up so you guys can see that. And I also, 4 minutes after that, got a text from somebody else, got another text, got a bunch of text. So let's just say one of the people who go there as a guest normally has finally seen what's going on and is just not happy and really also wants something done. So this is the first guest that I've heard complain in the manner in which this person spoke to me about. And again, I got another inbox. Hey, it's so and so. My blank and I have gotten close with someone who works there and started hanging out at the Conjuring House as her guest. We were in who I'm talking about here. I'm not going to say because it does involve a child. We were supposed to attend tonight's investigation with her, but once again, crazy Jaqueline accused her of stealing money and blank walked out after. Jaqueline had a screaming fit. I'm asking if you can make a video sort of discouraging people from thinking about going there. The only way things will change is if the staff leaves and Jaqueline loses the business. I've had it with this nonsense with her. All I ask is you leave out our names. You do have a great job, and I'm sure you reach many people. I wish this was a job, but it's not. Thanks for reading this, and get back if you get a chance. Sucks. It sucks. So let's just continue.
Dollars for me personally. By the way, someone owes me $1.5 million that was stolen from my insurance proceeds when my barn was set on fire by arson. Who should I look into? Does that mean she got 1.5 million for a barn fire?
Which is not okay because she told us she didn't make nearly enough of the amount. At first, she told us it was $250,000 put into the barn. Now it's $450,000 put into the barn. Now it's $1.5 million settled.
So she's claiming she got 1.5 million for the barn. So that's what, by the way, someone owes me 1.5 million that was stolen from my insurance proceeds when my barn was set on fire by arson. Who should I look for that? Who should I look for?
That's confusing.
The blank insurance money that I never received and was settled behind my back. Blank bank.
Talking about banks and names.
Tom, I am owed $3.7 million on that one. Where is the Souther Estes State, decision? Where is the Condor Street, corner of Putnam and Condor decision? Where is my ownership title to Paramount, NBC, ABC, CBS, PN, and the New York Yankees by George Steinbrenner, who is the only American to have met me about. Hang on, we're going to get rid of this one and bring up the next one.
Wouldn't it be some crazy shit, you guys, if this wasn't Jacqueline writing these letters and it was, say, Andrea Parent? Because a lot of the craziness that is said in the statements and things that Jacqueline supposedly, allegedly put out and sent to people, going through so many interviews of watching Andrea Perrin, she talks a lot like this letter here about certain things. So that would be some craziness if it was actually Andrea Perrin doing all this. Because remember, Jacqueline hasn't spoke out yet. And I have been very open about the fact that I have been speaking to Jacqueline and checking in on Jacqueline to make sure she is okay. And I will put up one of the text messages here at the end. And yeah, I've been checking up on her to make sure she's okay. But wouldn't that be crazy if it was really Andrea Perrin? That would be nuts. That'd be nuts. Okay, let's keep going.
So, Steimer,
Met me about who I am. My vineyards in Napa and Sonoma countries. My vineyards in Napa and Sonoma counties, whereas my ownership title, many other assets for the U.S. residents and the one world government. I have CC'd many people, including our Burrillville militia. I am the person who has saved all of humanity. I have trillions and trillions of dollars of resources put in my or the person's name. I have leasehold entitlements to John Arnold, Souther, Condor, Maori, and others. You stupid, dumb idiots. 1 + 1 + 1 = we are saving our planet. We are investing in our planet. We are investing in people.
So when she's talking about the Condor, the Maori, the Souther, the Arnold, those are properties that she owns.
Places and things. We are saving habitats in our animal kingdom. What do you see? The Ribidos, I don't know who that is, stole the John Arnold leasehold. The Hurleys were given the Souther and Condor leaseholds. I see tyranny. I see extermination shelters. I see people suffering and businesses closing. This is what you want, decent and good people who are not in power to not want this. They need to be in power to make ethical decisions with the integrity that they possess. I hear the new UN of the Eastern Hemisphere has prepared a document outlining everything you have done to hurt and my life and the American people. You will not recover from this. You will not end my life. You will not destroy this earth-saving missions. You will return my rightful assets and the 127 million of people's rightful assets that you and then this is where, hateful comments against, the LGBTQ community, Jewish community, and things like that.
All right. So that's that one. We'll get rid of that now and then make things right in the UN. By the way, Township of Burrillville can seize assets, and I'm being told that they will, if time passes too long. Ribidos, get me my merchandise for the Halloween season at the Conjuring House. I am the owner. So she goes on. So first off, I know we've made videos about this in the past, and I did state this has nothing to do with paranormal. This has other issues, and so we need to get away from that because I see people still saying she's possessed. She's possessed. No, she's not. No, she's not. There's no.
Well, let's talk about that. So people are still saying that she's possessed because of the conflicting stories that are being told by past employees. For example, if you watch interviews on the Heinzmans, in some interviews they say there was nothing at the house that bothered them, and in other interviews there's something that did bother them, and it was getting as bad as it was when Andrea Perrin lived there. Um, John Huntington talked about living there for 8-9 months by himself and wanted to unalive himself and just being sad and depressed and didn't know what was going on. Corey Heinzman had to go in and pull him out and say, "Hey, buddy, it's time for you to go." So this is why people are saying, is she possessed? Is there something attached to her? And we got to remember too, the theory in the paranormal field is if you go to a haunted location, there's always the possibility, they say, that you could bring home an attachment. So just because Jaqueline doesn't live at the Conjuring House doesn't mean that she has not had or picked up an attachment that has followed her. So I did watch an interview with Jacqueline, Andrea Perrin, Cody Satori, Ken DaCosta, and Jen Heinzman and Corey Heinzman were in the comments. And they were all talking really well about her. And I'll just get to that at the end of this. Let's just finish watching this.
Nothing to do with the paranormal. And I 100% can state that as a fact. She doesn't live on the property.
He can state that as a fact. Is he saying he's an expert? I don't know.
Now, these are the messages that she sent recently. Today, another message comes in. And then here we go with today. All right. So this one says, and this was directed straight to my kid here. So you and everyone else will be prosecuted. I hope you get, actually, you can see what it says, but I will take a prison sentence for life. You should know that the New York Times has received an abundance of evidence against you, Cody, Jason, Jennifer, Corey, Reed, Tara, and Amanda, among numerous others. You will never work and earn money another day in your life. I hear Joe Biden, you can see what she's saying there, leaving all of you hanging in the wind to finally destroy you. If you post this, you're required to post everything I am saying. Oh, I am. I'm posting everything you're saying. Or you will not like the consequences, whatever that means. I was told to tell you that. As you can see, CC'd here is the Justice Thomas, Jeff Bezos, owner of Amazon, New York Times, Washington Post, and others. You should know that powerful people like Justin Thomas and Jeff Bezos cannot have fake emails created in their names, because such people would take you down immediately. So again, now she's sending messages about, hoping that something like that happens to my kid. And these are the things that are going on. And these are big reasons why you gotta boycott that property. People cannot go there. I know people are doing events, and it sucks to say, but really, you gotta request your money back, try to get it back, whatever. Taking people there and taking a chance of her showing up in one of these crazed rages that she goes on is a highly dangerous thing. Somebody is going to get hurt. And another problem is with the way the world is today, especially in the US, nothing gets done unless it hits that point where somebody gets hurt. And that's a serious issue. She is an extreme danger to herself and anyone who steps foot on that property. What do you got to say?
I do want to say that now, I have never liked putting personal things that are happening in my life, drama, out on the internet, out on YouTube, things like that. That's not me. The only reason we want to do this is because it's literally like threatening messages being sent. And we have tried reaching out to people. We've reached out to police, multiple different police departments. We've reached out to mental health professionals and things like that. And pretty much all that can be said is we have to wait until something's done where somebody's hurt for something to happen.
That's true. You can call the police and say, hey, so-and-so threatened me, but they won't do anything about it until you're physically touched, which is pretty sad in America or in the whole world, period. I mean, it's pretty sad that you got to wait for somebody to come physically touch you. But I think, I'll just tell you what I think at the end. Let's just finish this up.
Happen, and we want it documented that these things are being said and done now, because I don't want anybody to get hurt. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want some visitor that shows up at the Conjuring House to get hurt. So I feel like it's important to put these out there so everyone's aware of what's actually happening.
And that's the main thing when it comes down to it, is just trying to get the word out, because I know people are still going there. I know that the property isn't near as busy as it was because a lot of people have played it smart and have stayed away. But, she blatantly had said in post.
Okay, so according to the information I got, and it's a very trusted source from the Conjuring House, they weren't hurting for business at all, and the glamping had picked up. That's what I was told over the past couple months. So I can't prove it because I'm not in her books. I don't see her books, I don't see her ledgers, and neither do you guys. So nobody can really say that unless you're looking at their books to see what they've taken in and or not taken in or canceled or whatever. But I was told that they weren't hurt by anything at all.
That she released to the Providence Journal as well as others, well, that she has been forcibly admitted, but the problem is 24 hours later, she's out. And when she gets out, she's out with a vengeance. And it's not us. We haven't requested that she gets sent in. We've only reported things to the police as they've been sent to us. There are no contact orders. There's no trespass orders. And she doesn't care. She just violates that. And that's a problem. So we need to keep on turning that stuff over because, God forbid, something happens. We need everything documented. And all we've ever wanted was the best for her. But I mean, to be honest with you, there's no way to help anymore. There really isn't.
I don't know, Jason. I kind of disagree there with everybody who wants to help her. I mean, Erin Bush says she wanted to help her, but then Erin Bush wanted to go and share her police record of Jaqueline all over the internet. So how's that helping? How's it helping when everyone keeps going live when she has some kind of mental breakdown? That's not helping. That's making matters worse. You're probably making her paranoid, and all these other feelings like, why is the world against me? Like, so I don't believe anyone wanted the best for her. And if Cody and Satori wanted the best for her, they wouldn't have went into her establishment with their tippity tap tap toe fucking bullshit method. In my opinion, it's bullshit. They have been proven to be liars, Cody and Satori, many, many times. A lot of inconsistencies. Still doing it, still finding lies about their tippity tappity toe thing. They're not coming up with information that can't be found anywhere. They always got somebody with them. So I don't know. Do you all wanted the best for her? I find it hard to believe. Really, really hard to believe. Because when Jaqueline got the Conjuring House, she had Andrea Perrin helping her, Cody Satori, Ken DaCosta, and the Heinzmans. And they were all for it. They all said in an interview, the house chose you. You didn't choose the house. The house chose you. You didn't choose the house. And they were so happy, so happy. But remember in one interview when Corey Heinzman says, I never wanted her to have the house. I never wanted to give her the house. Then why didn't Corey Heinzman tell her that in the beginning? Because something was not done right, because she had to put a lien against the house and then she won the lien. So something there was going on and we don't know. Will we ever know? I don't know. I'm getting pretty close to finding out though. So we might know. But you have the Heinzmans helping them. It's been alleged that Corey Heinzman supposedly promised Norma Sutcliffe, the owner before him, him and Roxanne Jaspero bought the house from, that they weren't going to make it a paranormal hotspot. They were going to use it for healing for children and stuff like that. That is what is alleged to me. And according to Corey Heinzman, Norma Sutcliffe filed fraud documents during a purchase of the home. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But don't test me and say I don't know what I'm talking about, because I have the text message for that. So you got the Heinzmans who don't want her to have the house, but yet they were more than willing to stay and help her out. They talked very, very highly about her a couple months after she had the house. One Halloween, instead of Jaqueline making a boatload of money and renting it out, she actually threw a party for her staff. So you got Andrea Perrin, who's crazy, in my opinion, and it's all bullshit. Her story to me is bullshit. She is in Jaqueline's head. Cody Satori showing the method, going to dinner with her. They met Jaqueline through Jen Heinzman. So it's kind of like they all stayed in. Let's keep having something to do with the Conjuring House, even though it's being sold. I just find it hard to believe that they had her best interest at hand. I really fucking do. And I know I'm all over the place with this, but there's a lot to say and just, okay, let me finish watching the fucking video. It's almost done.
So we need to be careful. People need to stay away. They need you just really that property needs to totally be boycotted. The town of Burrillville, honestly, I request to you, it's like you guys should not be letting people into that area. I mean, it's a danger. It truly is. So the town of Burrillville, the state of Rhode Island, the state of Massachusetts. I mean, come on, somebody's got to step up here. This is ridiculous.
I know I have people around me that are able to protect me. I have my father, I have my family, I have friends, I have Cody, things like that. But who's to say she's not going to just show up where I live? She does know that information. She can show up anytime she wants. And I do fear for my safety, even though I do have people that are here to help me. But who's to say?
Doesn't that suck when somebody has all your information? I can remember a time when my team and I applied at the Conjuring House to go and do an investigation there during all this controversy. And my information was given out. My address, my phone number. First, I thought someone doxed me, but then I was told how my information was given out. It was given out. How else would Satori have gotten my phone number? How? And then called the cops and had the cops call me. I never gave Satori my phone number, but I did give my phone number to the Conjuring House when we filled out our application to go there. So, yeah, doesn't feel too good for people to have your information, does it, Satori? Doesn't feel good at all. Karma's a bitch.
That she's not going to harm somebody else that visits that house, or she's not going.
And I don't mean karma's a bitch like go unalive Satori. Like, that's sad that Jaqueline put that part of how she feels about all of them and wishing them all to be unalived. I mean, definitely there's something going on there. And yeah, I would be scared for my kid too at that point, like really scared. But a lot of this controversy started when Hell Week with Sam and Colby started, and people found out that the tippity tap toe method was fakey fake. You know, that's just my opinion. Everything that I'm saying in this video is my opinion. So I'm going to stop fucking saying my opinion because it is just my opinion. Everything I say. If I have facts, I will say it's a fact. So let's finish up.
Going to take your information when you show up and show up somewhere else, so we're afraid for the people that may not have the resources to be protected.
And it's not far-fetched. You can talk to some of the past employees who were there during some of these issues, and I can't get into too much detail, but stopped a dangerous situation from happening that would have seriously hurt other individuals. So when it comes down to it, people need to be made aware. They need to avoid Miss Nunez. Honestly, they need to stay away from the property. The town of Burrillville really needs to step up. Take away the business license. I mean, come on. Before somebody gets hurt, take away the friggin' business license. The state of Rhode Island needs to step up. The state of Massachusetts, whoever. I mean, the government. She's now sending emails to the president, and this is just ridiculous. I mean, it's so far-fetched. This has nothing to do with the paranormal. This is just pretty much a psychotic break, and it needs to be handled, and it just isn't being handled. So we need to stop waiting for somebody to get seriously hurt before this is fixed. You got anything to add to that?
No, just please hear what we're saying, and please.
Okay, so yeah, that's what they had to say. Pretty fucked up. Don't know if Jaqueline wrote the letter or not. I have to tend to believe that she did because I did get a text message from a former employee. So it kind of matches up with what they read. Was the email sent to them? We don't know because we don't see the top of the email. But if you put that email together with other things Jaqueline has spoke about or put statements out, it does seem like something she would write. I don't know why I think it's Andrea Perrin, but Andrea Perrin does say a lot of the crazy stuff that Jaqueline talks about. And Andrea Perrin was all for Jaqueline having that house. She was one of the people that all for it, and she was in her head. Jaqueline Nunez got into this not knowing anything about the paranormal, so much so that she asked Ken DaCosta and Coney Satori, how do you become a paranormal investigator? Is there a school for it? And they kind of chuckled. And she's like, no, really, like, so she asked that. They started explaining. Then she said, well, what do you do when if people fake things or lie about it? And they all, well, Cody and Satori were the first ones to say something about it, the very first ones. I wonder if they were feeling guilty for something. And they were just like, word of mouth basically is how people get called out in the paranormal field. You can't take them to court. You can't have them arrested, all that stuff. So she didn't know anything about the paranormal field. So she walks into this house. She owns it. She's already stressed out from her job. You can clearly see it in this interview that when she starts talking about her real estate business, she's already stressed out. And she's repeatedly told, what you bring into the house is what you get. So if she brought in stress to the house, then she's going to get stress at the house, right? Because that's what they're saying. What you bring in is what you get. So you got Andrea Perrin with all her bullshit. There's a phone. Every time we come home, the phone is just hanging in midair, blah, blah, blah. But we got no picture of it, no video of it. And there was cameras and videos out back when we owned the house. My sister keeps getting hit in the head with a refrigerator door. It keeps opening and closing. Where's the footage? So but just a bunch of girls in the middle of nowhere had nothing better to do and just made things up. That's what I believe. Then you got Corey and Jen Heinzman. 1 minute they're saying, we didn't want her to have the house. But how come you didn't tell her in the beginning you didn't want her to have the house? What happened with the lien? Obviously, you guys did something for her to win the lien. Did she do some repairs to the house? And you all decided to back out, but you didn't give her the money for the repairs yet? Did that happen? Did something like that happen? I don't know, but I'm getting close to finding out. I think everything that's going on with the Conjuring House is just like kind of karma working its way through. Like supposedly, allegedly, Norma Sutcliffe, when she sold the house to Corey Heinzman and Roxanne Jaspero, I hope I said her name right. I'm bad at that. They promised her it wouldn't be used for paranormal research, that it was going to be kind of like a healing farm for kids and stuff like that. But what did they do? Corey slightly nudged Roxanne out of ownership with him, and they began paranormal investigations. So Corey says that promise was never made to Norma. Roxanne says it was. I actually have a couple emails that I got from Roxanne, who has documents this big. Sorry, my mic keeps breaking, so we're just going to go with the camera mic. Roxanne Jaspero has documents higher than this, tons of them, tons. In every text message, audio recording, contracts, every email from the realtor that was there for Norma Sutcliffe, that handled everything for the house when they sold it to the Heinzmans and Roxanne, just everything. So there's a lot of BS being told by the Heinzmans, in my opinion, based off the documents I've been reading. A lot of BS. If you're so big and bad, Corey, how come you stayed around and helped when you didn't want her to own the house? Why didn't you just take your big and bad self and go and not help? Why did you stay around and help? Oh, because it's a house. You formed a bond with the house. You love the house. I don't know. But why didn't you go? Why didn't you leave? Then you got Cody and Satori. Oh, they were introduced to Jaqueline by Jen Heisman. I know I'm saying her last name wrong. I'm not used to doing these reaction videos because I have to think like real quick. So Jen introduced Cody and Satori to Jaqueline. They went out to dinner with Jaqueline or had dinner at her house or something, but they've been to her house and then showed the method. And that's the first time Jaqueline saw it and her mind was blown. You show her the method. Did you show her the method in hopes that she'd say, why don't you guys come to the Conjuring House too and just stay there and come work for me? So if I were Jaqueline, and I'm going to say this again, I would have fired everybody that was there and I would have started with a new staff. I really would have. I think in some way, shape, or form, she was played by a lot of people who worked there that hung out there when the Heinzmans owned it. And again, that's just my opinion. Everything is my opinion. If it's a fact, I'll tell you it's a fact, and then I can back up that fact. So there's just a lot going on. As far as her mental health, there's something going on there. I'm currently going through a lot of mental health issues concerning the issues I'm having with my heart. I'm constantly depressed all the time. I got to fight through it. I constantly am thinking, am I going to wake up? Am I going to die? I can't sleep because I'm afraid if I fall asleep, that I'm not going to wake up because of what's going on with my heart. So the mental issues that I'm having are just new to me. It's scary. So I would hate for someone to go online and talk about my mental issues. And that's exactly what's happening here with Jaqueline. Jason Hawes and his little band of people, they go on and they talk about her mental health. Well, that's not cool. It's not cool to take to social media and talk about someone's mental health. One, you guys are not doctors, you're not professionals. So don't do it. I mean, it's fucked up. If you talk about someone's mental health and you tell the whole world they have a mental health issue, and that person sees that, they're going to feel like now the whole world is against me. The whole world is against me, you know? And I'm going to tell you this. There are people that used to work at the Conjuring House that are fucking with Jaqueline. And I have sent Jaqueline proof of that people are still fucking with her. No, it's not Jason. No, it's not Cody and Satori. But there are two people that are still fucking with her and instigating this bullshit, telling people what's going on at the Conjuring House, what's coming into the Conjuring House, what's coming out of the Conjuring House. And it's none of her former staff that just quit now. It is actually people from the former staff that quit, the original people that quit with the Cody and Satori people, that someone is still getting information that they shouldn't be getting, and they're sharing it. And they're sharing it with me, and it is wrong. So therefore, I have shared it with Jaqueline so that she can go through the right channels and do what she has to do with the information that I gave her. So yes, she is still personally being attacked. Again, not by Jason or Cody and Satori. So it is not them, but definitely I think that Jason Hawes should have stayed out of this from the get-go. It's a work-related situation. His daughter's a grown-ass fucking adult. Let her handle her own job. I think everybody is guilty in everything that's going on. Again, everyone played each other. Everyone lied to each other. And then when the gig was up, a lot of people got pissed. A lot of people find out the truth. A lot of people found out who was the liars. A lot of shit just went down at the Conjuring House. And yeah, so I don't know. I wish the best for Jaqueline. I did reach out to Jaqueline yesterday, and I have been reaching out to Jaqueline to see if she's okay. Because if she is having a mental health issue, and I can't say she is or she isn't. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but if she is, I hope that she's okay, and I worry about her, and I do inbox her. Our conversations aren't long. I'm doing good. How are you doing? You know, stuff like that. She hasn't said anything bad about anybody to me, at least about anybody who's done videos on her or keeps attacking her. So, you know, yeah, it's just all fucked up. It's just all fucked up. A staff member was fired yesterday and accused of helping someone steal $60,000 from the booking agency. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say. I just wanted to do this quick little reaction video. I'm not really good at doing reaction videos, so sorry. But anyway, I love you all. I love all my paranormal soldiers, everyone who watches. Welcome to the new subscribers. And I'm out of here. So again, love, peace, and hair grease, my babies. We are out. Okay, we're going to be out in a minute. I thought my mouse was connected, but it's not, so I got to use my fingers. All right, my babies, we are out.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the fucking hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and fuck all the doubters, they're just fucking downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.